If you've been making sourdough bread, chances are you've got a jar of sourdough discards sitting in your fridge and you're wondering what to do with it. Today I'm sharing 3 absolutely delicious sourdough discard recipes that you'll want to make again and again. First thing that we're going to make is sourdough discard waffles. Okay, so I have my sourdough discard in here, and then the amount of eggs that you can add to this recipe is very flexible. So I'm adding some melted butter. And then I like to add just a little sprinkle of salt, a little sprinkle of baking soda. For a cup of discard, probably 1/4 teaspoon. So this will be a thinner waffle batter consistency. Hopefully we didn't overfill. I think we're good. All right, the next thing is a super easy sourdough discard cracker recipe. I just need 3/4 cup of sourdough starter discard. So I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of butter. Now at this point we can sprinkle a little bit more salt onto the very top. I'm going to do a little sprinkle of these French herbs. And then at this point we go ahead and add these into the oven. All right, so it's time to go ahead and score these. And then I'm going for sort of a rectangle cracker shape. And then these are going to go back into the oven. So it can take anywhere from 20 to even 50 minutes to be done. For this next idea, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use up sourdough discard in a cookie recipe. All right, my butter is melted enough. And then I'm just going to start mixing the sucanat and melted butter. So the amount of discard is up to you. I'm going to do about 1/2 cup this time for this recipe. So I need 2 1/8 cups of flour. Next I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm going to add 2 cups of chocolate chips. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just add it to the pan. All right, for these cookie bars, it is now the next day. So they sat out on the counter for about 1/2 a day yesterday. Then I moved them to the fridge and they were there the rest of the day, overnight. Now as I'm getting ready to bake them, I brought them out and let them sit and come back to room temperature. And then they will bake for usually 24 to 28 minutes is how long it takes for them to be done.